Welcome back. I recently was able to play against a FIDE master in a blitz match, also a couple games of rapid, which I will be posting the video out later, so be on the lookout for that. But in this blitz match, I managed to actually get one win against him. And that is what this video is going to be revolved around, of course. But we're going to be showing 3 of the games. I think we played around 12 games. And of course, I got demolished in basically them all. But we're going to be taking a look at 3 where I might have had a chance to win. Now, I cannot pronounce his name correctly, but we're going to call him Hembola. If you're interested in chess coaching, he actually is quite affordable. $20 an hour. That is really good for chess coaching. And this is his profile. If that's something that you're interested in, go check it out. He's a very strong player. He has had a peak of 2334, and that's FIDE. So that's over the board rating. 2400 is IM level. So let's go ahead and hop into the first game. In the first game, I have the white pieces. As you can see, Mr. Bula here is rated 2715, which is absolutely absurd. I start with e4 because that's all I know, and he goes g6, so he's playing a modern defense. I play principled. I take the full center. None of this really matters, we just protect the pawn. He plays d6, and we protect this pawn with the bishop so that there's never any kind of tactics overloading or not being able to push and then blundering the b2 pawn. He plays a6. I play knight c3, kind of playing how I should play. And then he goes b5. So on the table is b4, kicking the knight around. I don't really care. I just play queen d2. We're looking for potential, bishop h6, getting rid of the bishop. That could be strong long term. He develops his other bishop, and I just protect my pawn. So we kind of have this weird setup where our bishops are here, our knights are here, queen's developed. Which way are we going to castle? He develops knight, and rather than castling, I actually play the best move in the position, which is h4. And the reason why I'm able to find h4, which might not seem like the most intuitive move, is because I know that on structures like this, you can play like h4, h5, trying to undermine how the pawns are. This is going to be a hook to potentially open up the king if he wants to castle that way. And he goes h6, which I didn't really understand because, if you ever move the knight and castle, this pawn's vulnerable. But I'm not the FIDE master, so he definitely had an idea behind it. And we just play d5. Here, this is just kind of blunting the bishop. It makes this bishop a little bit better, but I'm kind of banking that I'll be able to take the bishop eventually. He just develops, and then I castle long, kind of saying, like, I don't really know what else to do. I don't want to go short because I think you're going to go short and I want to attack you. He plays rook c8. This is a pretty obvious move, just lining up with my king. And I jump into the center. He kicks me away, and now it's spaghetti-o because my pieces are just not in great squares. Now I play knight to h2. The computer wanted me to just play h5, giving up the bishop, but I was like, okay, we're forcing the issue here. You're either taking my knight or you're taking the bishop. He takes the bishop, I take back, and he captures here, trying to, potentially come in here, attacking my king, attacking the pawn. And now I have to go running with my king because my castle is destroyed. But he starts making a little bit of mistakes. He pushes attacking my bishop. My bishop just moves. He jumps in with the knight. Very intuitive move, but your king is still in the center as well. That's, kind of the whole point here, which is why I play e5. Because you can't take, well, the knight's actually not under attack. Ignore that. I'm an 1800 dummy. But my point's pretty obvious. I want to attack your king because your king's in the center. So I know king in the center, we try to open. He takes back, I take back, and then he castles. And I was like, oh, okay. I jumped the knight in. This is a mistake by stockfish apparently. But he just goes rook e8, attacking the pawn. He's threatening to win the queen, by the way. If I make some random move, he can go here, and yeah, not good. So, knowing that, I play... Oh. Knowing that, I play knight takes. Okay, I didn't see that he was threatening to win my queen until after, because after he goes king h7, now I realize, I'm like, oh, he's threatening to win my queen. So you can just take the knight, but he doesn't take my knight. I don't know why he didn't take my knight. Maybe he was just afraid that, you know, my queen's getting in, but he didn't take. He just goes back with the queen. And now I move my knight back, and he makes a huge mistake here. Knight d7 allows queen to g5. I'm threatening all kinds of stuff here, right? So he has to go here, and now we try to open it up, but he doesn't. I cannot take anymore, so I take on e7, and he offers me a queen trade. Look at the time situation. 58 seconds for my opponent, 31 for me. I'm winning. I'm up 2 pawns. And this was before my win against him. So I'm just sitting there thinking, oh, if I'm going to win against this guy, it's going to be this game. It's going to be this game. This is my opportunity. I got one shot. He plays rook e8. I get out of the pin. He goes back offering queen trade, but it just trades. And I'm like, I'm up 2 pawns. And immediately, time pressure starts to kick in. I hang the pawn. I move the king. I hang another pawn. Takes, knight back. And now I just start scrambling. And in this position, like, I have 6 seconds. I could barely get myself to make a move. I wasted half of my time. And then I just hung everything. And yeah, he got the win. That was the first game I'm showing you. The second game, once again, I have the white pieces. e4. This time he plays a6. This is a very big troll move, but, you know, he is also 100 points rated higher than me, so fair enough. I develop my knight, and he brings out his d-pawn. He plays d5. I just protect with the bishop, and then he brings out its knight, which allows me to play e5 with some tempo, and now it's like a Caro-Kann position after c5. You know, like, imagine that c6 was played in the advance here. I like to play with c5. You could also consider this like actually, this is more like a French because the bishop's at home. I take what I said back. So we just castle, develop the bishop, adding defenders, and then he plays rook to e8 or rook to b8. And the position's like very close. We have all our pawns, all our pieces. I have a slight advantage, I probably was just having an advantage just due to like my pieces being a little bit better. I'm not really so sure. The computer says I should go knight g5 right away. But okay. I play bishop back. He develops his bishop. I play rook c1, thinking, okay, the c file is probably going to open, so let's play rook c1. And then now he wants to castle, right? So I play h3. I think h3 is kind of like a waiting move, and also I wanted to play knight h2 and reroute this way potentially, opening up the bishop. He plays this back, so now I go with my plan of knight h2, and he castles. Castling here is very, very bold. I put my knight there, and I put my bishop back on d3, looking at this nice diagonal. Now, one thing you can notice from this position, his pieces are over here. His king is here. Not many defenders. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, you could say, attackers. He's got 1 defender. Can you really call this a defender? The bishop, maybe. And he plays rook e8. And I sacrifice my bishop. It's a miss. It's a miss. It's a miss because I can play check here and here. Having the bishop on the square is better. Or we play queen here first. And he has to block. Yeah. And then we would be able to push the pawn. F4 is the best move. F4, F5, queen G3, look here, and then takes. If takes, I mean, you probably just take. No, bishop takes, skewer. Rook G7, knight F3. Anyways, you get the point. But I do it the other way. And I come in with check. Steps up, and I play queen to H5. We're protecting the knight. The computer says it's better to play knight takes F7. And if you take, it's mate. Queen H5 here, and the queen is getting in. Goes back, and now you go bishop G6. The pieces cannot defend the king. You have all those pieces, but you can't defend this. B4, whatever you do, it's just checkmate. And all your pieces are sitting around. But instead I go for this. And then they jump there, and I sacrifice my knight. I didn't calculate enough. What I saw was if I move the knight, I have checkmate due to the pawn. But what I overlooked was that after pawn takes, it shuts out my bishop. And now I'm losing. I had this amazing position. And I just threw it away. And now we go into this. And after I take his knight, which is free, he can attack my queen. So I just take and I go for this position. We're technically up 1 point of material, but it's not as good. And now I play a rook d1. We should have just attacked the bishop, but I didn't. And now we have this, and it's just not going to work out. This was kind of like a cheap trick. I'm trying to get him to take and wonder if it worked, but he's not going to do that. And he just moves the queen. I go back and he takes another pawn. And now it's pretty much game over here. Like I could just resign at any point. He even just sacks the queen here for the rook. For both rooks, I should say. And now he just has an extra bishop. So clean conversion by my opponent. And now I run out of time. And now for the finale, the game that I actually managed to win. Are you ready? It's not as good as you're going to think. I'm hyping it up because this is the best win I've ever had in my entire chess career. He opens with d4. Now, you know, in Blitz, we like to play the England gambit and go for the Charlik gambit, but against Mr. FM here, I decided to go d5, and we go into this position. This is the Kali system. I hate the Kali, but I play pretty much what I always play against it, which is c5, and he decides to go for b3. He likes his fianchettoed bishops, develops. Everything here is normal. I mean, this is kind of, it's similar to a Caro composition, really. Like, if I take, we have the open c-file. I could give the bishop out, castle. We have the bishop outside the pawn chain. Like, it's not that bad. And now he jumps in, putting more pressure on the knight. So he's threatening to take. So I defend it one more time. And now I just castle. And our position, according to Stockfish, is slightly better. I take here. I don't want to take here. That's really ugly. So I now take on d4. Bishop takes. And I jump back with my knight because I want his knight out of there. I didn't like that. And then in this position, I'm pretty sure we can just go tempo his rook. It can't really go here. If you put your rook on c8, that can't be that good, right? Like, you kind of just got to go back. But I missed that move, and then I played c4, kicking the bishop, and then I played a5, going to try and undermine his pawns. He develops the rook, I play queen to d6, and he strikes in the center. e4, so you're attacking the pawn, you're attacking my bishop. I decide to capture, he takes with the knight, the queens see each other, and I make a mistake here. I take the knight, he takes with the rook, and now I trade, and then I develop the bishop. This is kind of a horrendous position. Like, his bishop is so much better than mine. I have 2 weak pawns. His are connected. His rooks are more active. My rook's kind of dumb. He attacks my bishop, and I go here because, like, what else am I supposed to do? If I go here, I get taken. If I go here, you damage my pawn structure. If I go all the way back, that's probably the best move, but it's ugly. The best move is actually to go f5. Oh, wow. Oh. And then on this, we go rook e7. If you take, we can take here. But instead we go for this, and he trades a pair of rooks. And he blunders. He blunders. Because I have check. And when the king steps up to the only legal square, I can give a check. And boom, we're up in exchange. Now I have a minute 30. He has 1:16. Completely winning position. I play rook back. And now we're panicking. We're panicking at this moment. I'm going to try and, if I remember, I'm going to input some clips. I literally, the end of this game, I might just cut the audio that I'm doing now and put in, because it's insane how much pressure and how panicky I actually got. It's insane. This should be just like straightforward, simple win. We take the pawn. He comes back. He attacks my pawn. So what? We take. We have a pass pawn. We have an extra. We're up in exchange. Now I realize I need to bring my king. So we start bringing our king. He attacks my rook. We blundered a pawn. Well, we didn't blunder a pawn, actually. We can take, he takes, and then I bring my king. Tempo the bishop. And then we get behind our pass pawn. He pushes the pawn, and as you can see, now I have less time than him. He started playing quick. He probably was like, okay, I might be able to flag this guy. He brings the bishop in, and for some reason I got panicked. So I bring this back because I'm thinking, I'm like, oh, he's gonna bring his king in, he's gonna eat these pawns, he's gonna promote, he's just gonna sack his bishop for my pawn. So I was like, oh, I have to get the king over here right now. So he pushes, and then I'm like, no, we have to assist the pawn. So he goes there, I push, and he sacks the bishop, and I take. I have 30 seconds, I bring my king back, and in this position, I give a check. I have 30 seconds. King over, I go check, he goes here, and we take the pawn. We have 20 seconds. He takes. Now we pin the pawn. You can't save the pawn, so I take, and it's mate in 4. But after he captures, this is when I set into panic mode. Absolute panic mode. Like, it's ridiculous. I'm just going to input what happened. Ah, shoot, I'm doing this the wrong way. I'm panicking. No. Yes! Oh my gosh, with 1 second. Because I move my king. The mate here is to just go check. The king is forced to the back rank, and we can just come in here and give a check. Not checkmate, sorry. Just a checkmate here. It's that simple. We already have them in the box here. But I have a specific way of checkmating with a rook. And Yeah, you're gonna see what happens. I move my rook, now I move my king, and I go back. Now, putting the rook on f6 is so bad because you should go rook h6 here. And then the whole point of rook h6 is that after the king moves, I go here, 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 check, and then he's on the back rank. Come forward, here, here, here. And then we move, waiting move. If he goes here, it's checkmate. So we have this, and that's mate. That's how I checkmate with a rook. It's very slow and tedious. Better yet is just using the box method, but I don't quite understand how to do it, right? So it's, anyways, I understand how to do it, but not in time pressure. That's what I'm trying to get at. So we shuffle around, we make a few different mistakes, and look at the time. Look at the time. I have 20 seconds. I have 20 seconds here. And now I'm down to 10. I'm down to 10 and I haven't even got him back one rank. He's probably like, what the hell is this guy doing? And then here it kicked in. I was like, no, you have to lock in. You're going to win this game right now. And I got it down. I got my whole, you know, my going of checkmating with a rook going right now. I'm in a rhythm. Now you can't stop me. I go there and I make a mistake here. We needed to make a waiting move. You can't step in front of the king because the king just moves. I know this. But when you have such little time against such a strong opponent, you panic. And he goes here. And I'm like, oh, 33 seconds. Okay. Move. We can pretty much pre-move this, but if I were to pre-move this, he might get out of it, right? You can't pre-move takes, or you can't pre-move this, because if the king goes here, it's checkmate. And if you're pre-moving this, he might get out of it. So I go here, and with 1 second on the clock, I deliver checkmate to the strongest opponent I've ever had. Not ever had, but ever beat. And that was absurd. So that was a lot of fun. I hope you enjoyed the video. And if you did, don't forget to leave a like, comment, and subscribe.